The following episode was recorded in front of a live Instagram audience. The first minute of this audio is pretty rough, but at 1:30 it gets really good again, I promise.
Hello. Welcome to Mostly Superheroes, episode 23. We are live on Instagram for the first time, doing the full show from Instagram. I'm Logan. Let's get to the show. Hello. Welcome to Mostly Superheroes. I'm your host, Logan. Sorry, we're doing this live for the very first time, so you're going to get some live glitches happening right in front of us. We're in PowerPoint, so it's happening here live. This is episode 23. If you're not familiar with the show and you're joining us for the very first time, we do have a podcast that's out there. It's in the real world. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple Podcasts. It's on all that stuff. Pandora, actually.
But yeah, like I said, first time live. We have a lot to talk about. If you don't know about the show, we're kind of your general talk show. We talk about all sorts of things. We do your fan mail. We talk about we do What You Watchin'. We have all sorts of segments and fun stuff, and we'll try to keep you entertained for today's episode. We have some video content out there, too, if you're a video watcher. All of our shows are on YouTube and Twitch. And we're very active on the social media, obviously. So we're here on Instagram, but Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, all that kind of stuff, too. So welcome to the show. This is episode 23. And why are we doing this show live today? What was the urgency of jumping on a Friday? This was a last-minute decision. This was this morning. I decided to do this. It was because of all the news that came out this week. Disney made some major announcements in terms of TV shows in the MCU and Star Wars, and we're going to get there, but we are going to give you the regular run of show. We're going to run this just like we normally do, but it's going to be a heavy emphasis on Marvel. So let's see if we can get to the next slide without starting this intro too loud for you guys. Hold on.
Fan mail.
All right, so we always start off our shows with fan mail. We do actually have some fans out there in the real world. Hopefully we'll get some more today even. And we like to feature you guys first. You know, this is a show that I do full time, do it on, like, I'm putting it, most of my hours go into producing the show, getting it out there, and it's really for the folks that enjoy it. So we want to make sure we show love here on the show. And this week we wanted to feature a comment that we got from someone on our YouTube channel. Make sure I don't butcher this. It was Trey63 Aquarius. This guy comments. He says, "Nice content, classic cool guy with sunglasses emoji." So thank you, Trey. Appreciate the love on YouTube. And yeah, like I said, we do have all of our content and all of our episodes available at YouTube. You can check us out there. We also have a studio phone. Never really used it before, but we're going to do it today. And I have the number up on the screen. It's 754 call log. And if you're like, you know, if you're not really good at the whole words and phone numbers thing, I know some people aren't good at that. It's not something that you brag about, right? But you know who you are. Here's the real number for you. 754. Oh, I didn't even give you the whole one. 754-225-556. And the mystery number is 4. We're going to try it today. This is a phone that my friend Colin found in the park back, it's been about a year ago. And I put Google Voice on it. It's free. So we're doing it. So check out the phone. Give us a call in here in the studio. Maybe we'll get you on the phone live if you don't mind being, you know, that's high pressure stuff. This is like, you know, when you called in the radio station and you wanted to win a contest, it's like that. You're going to call in, you're going to be live, people are going to hear you. So if you're going to call, better have something to say.
What you watching?
So what you watching? The title of this segment is kind of self-explanatory. Oh, here we go. I left an image in here. You're getting a preview of the next slide, just so you know, or a slide later in the deck. See if you can guess what movie that is. Feel free to throw it in the chat. My What You Watching, we always do, if I have guests on, we'll ask them what they're watching. This is when I tell you what I'm watching kind of week by week. Like I said, we do a weekly podcast, so we talk about kind of an ongoing basis what we're watching, and we love to hear what you're watching. So if you're a fan out there, be sure to let us know. Throw it in the chat. Reach out at our website. You might even get featured on the show. You just never know. So I watched this past weekend, Carrie and I, that's my fiance, Mad Max. And not just Mad Max Fury Road, which let's go ahead for those out there that are just like already like, yes, we're talking about Mad Max. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. Just for a minute. We watched them all. This is coming from two people that had never seen it before. I had, when I thought of Mad Max as a 31-year-old man in 2020, I thought, oh yeah, I remember like Charlize Theron, what's his name that plays Venom and Bane. It'll come to me. I always think of these two actors. I remember, oh yeah, there's a bunch of action sequences, but like I never knew exactly like what Mad Max even is. Like I was like, is Mad Max like a character, like a comic book character? Like has like kind of that vibe of like, is this a story about a hero? There's obviously somebody named Max that you need to be aware of. So we made the decision we were going to watch all of them. We started with the first one. Anybody know that Mel Gibson's the star of these movies? Because I didn't. That wasn't something that was common knowledge to me. So I'm watching it for the first time, and it says, like, starring Mel Gibson. And I was like, oh, Mel Gibson's in this. He's definitely not in the new ones. So I think we all can remember Mel Gibson's funny past, and I don't think it's too questionable. Like, just kind of think that guy's like kind of a... he's kind of crazy, right? Isn't like Mel Gibson known to be like kind of crazy? Well, he's in this too. He's in this movie. He's the star. He is Mad Max. And it starts in 1979 with this film. I'll tell you right out of the gate. The first one, I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know if this is, it was kind of tough to follow. It was definitely like the first movie, right? It felt like it had a low, maybe not the biggest budget in the world. You kind of saw what they were going for. There's some really like good acting in it, I guess, at times, but mostly bad acting, I feel like. And just kind of, I don't know. There's some good catchphrases. I think that's like one of the things looking into the fandom of this. People like always know all the big quotes from this movie. It's a very well-loved movie. Like it's, I think, definitely a movie that has its own fan base. So you meet this character, Max, and then it turns out, spoiler alert for the whole franchise, I'm not going to go too deep today, but he loses his wife and kid in this futuristic world where oil and gas is like the money, like the rate of currency. And it's like futuristic, dystopian. No one really quite remembers what happens. Well, Mad Max 2 kind of, it just took it up to another level. And from here on out, I love the films. So just to kind of breeze through these. Mad Max 2, awesome. They kind of caught you up what's happening. Like they gave you a little prologue in the beginning of the movie. What's going on in Mad Max? What's actually happening? There's a narrator. He like literally tells you, there were two tribes. There was a big nuclear war. No one quite remembers. You're like, oh, okay. Well, makes a little more sense now. Mad Max 3. Oh, so the second one's called Road Warrior, right? This is where like he's the Road Warrior. Mad Max 3 is called Beyond Thunderdome. And it's still Mel Gibson. This is still like an arc of Mel Gibson's character through this dystopian world where like he just doesn't really, he's an anti-hero, right? That's his thing. He's like, I don't help people, but I will help people if like I really need to. That's like Mad Max's whole thing. He's like, I don't really want to help anyone with like their problems, but like if I'm needing to get out of town or if like it's bad enough, okay, I'll help. That's like his whole thing. Well, he gets a Thunderdome. Thunderdome's like this city that's run by these corrupt people. He ends up going beyond Thunderdome and meeting a tribe of people that literally are like making up their own religion because they don't remember. They have no idea what's happened in the last like 1,000 years. They don't even know that there's a city like right next to them where this Thunderdome battle happens, where Mel Gibson like somehow escaped. And he ends up like taking these people there and get them to take over Thunderdome. They take down the system, and he has the opportunity to like, to be there again. But like, no, that's not Mad Max. He's got to leave and live out in the desert. That was 1985, by the way. Oh. I'll give Thunderdome some love. Okay, I'll give Thunderdome some love because it was pretty fun. Like I said, from two and three were great. It was one that was like kind of like, is it worth it? And then Mad Max Fury Road. I'm just gonna say it. Mel Gibson's not in it. Obviously, I've already kind of addressed that. It's good. It's really good. It's a fun movie. It looks great. I was so into. There's like 3 or 4 stories that you're following. Never did think of his name. And I mean, I definitely know it. It's just one of those things I'm just not remembering right now. But he played Bane. He was in, I think he was in Warrior. Obviously, Mad Max. And I can't see my chat right now. So if you're chatting me, I'll have it pulled up in a minute, but I can't see it right at this moment. So there's apparently Mad Max movies coming in the future. Mad Max: The Wasteland apparently is like what they're calling it. And I mean, I don't know. I'd like to see more films. I'd like to see like Mel Gibson come back in at that somehow because like he's the franchise hero from the 70s and 80s. But either way, I liked it. I will rate it today. We do have a rating system here on Mostly Superheroes. It's a 4.0 scale. You know, thinking like college GPA. Like what constitutes our scale? It's hard to kind of get into, but it basically comes down to a few key things. How does it make you feel? Like, is it good? Like, just in general, like just the overall, like your initial reaction, right? Then it's rewatchability. Are you ever gonna watch this thing again? Will you watch it maybe once? And then we like, is the story good? How's the acting? We just kind of quantify all this into a 4-point clean scale. I'll say it right now. I'm gonna rate the whole series, beginning to end, just the whole series, from Mad Max the original film to Fury Road, 4 films. I'll give it an easy 3.0. That's out of 4.0. So what does that mean? It means I love I love them all. I don't know if I'll ever watch Mad Max again, like the first one. That's why I kind of dip at like almost below the 3, but I would watch the other ones again, I think, for sure. I think there's a lot of probably like little Easter egg things that you'll catch along the way. It's one of those movies that has a lot of fan service, so we'll check it out. Moving on to our next section.
News and rumors.
Okay, this is where we're going to spend like the rest of our time. I just picked the one that had like the most to go through. So here's the big announcement. Disney came out this week and made a big announcement, lots of big announcements yesterday during their Investors Day. So I guess this is like their big investors meeting. And they announced so much stuff, guys. So we're talking about MCU, Star Wars, and like, what's the other category? Oh, and tons of Disney announcements. Like, if you're into the original Disney movies and like Robin Hood and some of the OG flicks, it looks like they're doing some like live action series. It looks like some more films. We're going to be focusing more on MCU. We're an MCU heavy show. It's my favorite. Let's just say that it's my favorite group of films. That's for sure. And then we're going to talk about Star Wars. I am not by any means a Star Wars expert. Would love for anyone to call in. We do have the studio phone again. I have my card here somewhere. 754 call log. Give us a call if you hear something that I say wrong. We'll try to get you on the show. So big thanks to The Verge. This show is unofficially brought to you by The Verge today. This is just, again, the website I picked. And we're just going to go through this live and just talk through each of the big news that I want to highlight. I'm going to skip some stuff. I'm going to talk about the stuff that we talk about on this show. Big thanks to The Verge. Big thanks to Jay Peters, Chaim Gartenberg, and Julia Alexander over at The Verge. We appreciate you. So let's talk about Marvel. WandaVision. Okay. So here's the big thing with Marvel. Let's just level set. It's 2020. It's December. We all need to like get our brains back to like, what was the MCU? Where did it leave off? Okay. Last thing we saw technically was Spider-Man Far From Home, but the bigger story that ended phase 3, Avengers Endgame. So Avengers Endgame wrapped up the Infinity Saga, right? And we're talking major spoilers here. If you're looking to get into the MCU, this would get you excited, but we're going to be talking about some spoilers here for some major MCU films. So let's not kid ourselves. If you don't want to hear about what happens in the Avengers stories, you've been warned. Didn't mean to get so serious there, right? I need like some kind of, I don't know. I had like a boing sound, try to lighten the mood a little bit. So Endgame leaves us at this big place in the world where the snap did happen and then it got undone. Thanos is defeated, but there's like all these characters that we've been growing with for 10 plus years that are going to be moving on and having stories of their own. Who do we still got? Who'd we lose? Just get sad for a minute. Tony Stark.
The meat.
I mean, we lost our Iron Man. I think we'll see him again in some regard. Somehow mix him in with a voice here, hologram there. Maybe he comes back even in the multiverse one day. At this point, if 2020's taught us anything, if Disney and MCU and the Marvel Studios has taught us anything, anything's possible. But WandaVision, what is this show? This is going to be the first one. So Avengers Endgame happens. It all wraps up. Now we're picking up phase 4, guys. This is why it's so exciting. This is why everyone is losing their minds on the internet this week. And at the end of the day, it's why we're here today. Like, this is why I'm even talking to you guys. So WandaVision's up first. It's coming January 15th. A lot of thoughts on what this story will be. There's a big list. We might jump around a little bit. A lot of thoughts on what the show is going to be. Comic Book has a lot of good videos out there if you want to see some really good theories. Brandon Davis, Chris Killian over there, CK Comedy. They do some really good thoughts on what we're going to see, some theories on who could be jumping in. Obviously going to be a very cosmic show, talking about traveling between worlds and planes and existences. The most exciting thing for me about WandaVision is that it's going to be playing a big role in what happens in Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness. Oh yeah, you're excited. I'm sure it's, on this list. Talking TV though, because this is stuff that we've been waiting on. And we're also going to address some elephants in the room, to be honest. I'm not just going to sit here and I'm going to praise a lot of this because I'm excited, but there's some stuff like Falcon and Winter Soldier, for example. First of all, we got a full trailer. WandaVision, there's trailers out there now. I think there's 2, so definitely go check them out. But we got a trailer for Falcon and Winter Soldier, finally. So good. It was so great. I'm going to watch it a million times. But I'm going to call this for what it is. We were promised a show back in August. Yes, the pandemic. Yes, everything. But, they didn't give us any updates. I'll just say that. I complained about it on the show before, so I'm not going to dog on them today. But that show's coming. That's going to be in March. It doesn't look like there's a release date listed here. But I am pumped for this show. It's going to pick up with Falcon, Winter Soldier, the legacy of the Captain America shield. There's some bad Captain America in there. I say bad because there's somebody trying to be the new Captain America. Looks like government's back in place. There's going to be some Sam and Bucky against the system. It's going to be probably a lot of that. But really excited to see those characters played out in a TV show. And then this one, folks. I lost my mind on this trailer. Loki. Oh yeah, I know. I'm excited for it too. I talk about watching the trailer a lot. I'm gonna watch this one forever as well. I just can't point my finger exactly what's so exciting about it, but I'll tell you right now, the trailer is gonna get you excited if you have not watched it yet. It sprinkles. There's so much to comprehend, but I'll tell you some of the stuff that stuck in my mind was other Avengers. Looked like I saw maybe a Bruce Banner in there. You get a quote from him talking to his brother, saying I'm coming. He gets pulled up by the Bifrost. Yes, it sounds like he's gonna be jumping around either alternate universes or he's just in one alternate universe where, all the Avengers are alive. It's 2012, right? And then the fact that they've established this character and they're saying no, we're going to bring you this TV show of this loved character. Loki's one of the most loved characters in the MCU. It's definitely one of the best things that came out of all the Thor movies. Tom Hiddleston he nails it. The fact that they're doing this, it tells me that they could easily, and that they might already have planned down the road for him to absolutely be entering. He's already in the MCU, so he could easily be in any movie, any TV show. We're talking about all the characters that we might be seeing in, again, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. We're hearing rumors and like confirmations about, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man coming in, Andrew Garfield's. We already have confirmed that Jamie Foxx is coming back as Electro. Anybody staying with me here? These are the characters from the Sony films that are somehow now going to be in the MCU. I just heard that the guy that played Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2, the Sam Raimi films, is going to be coming back in Spider-Man 3 also. We'll get there. All to say, anything's possible, so watch out for Loki coming in May 2021. Hawkeye, pumped for this. Jason Redder. I mean, I am. I'm going to watch it. It's going to be the Hawkeye show. Like, who's Hawkeye? He's the guy that shoots the bow and arrow. So, like, that'll be probably most of the show. But, I mean, I love bow and arrows. Again, if you like Robin Hood. Feige also announces 3 new series. Ironheart. Armor Wars. That examines Tony Stark's biggest fears. And it stars Don Cheadle? You guys are seeing me get this news live. I had some of the big names, but I hadn't read everything yet, so you're going to get a lot of this live. And then Secret Invasion. Previously rumored Nick Fury-led series that will see Samuel L. Jackson reprise his role as the S.H.I.E.L.D. director alongside Ben Mendelsohn's Skull shapesister Talos. Wow. No release dates for that, but wow, I had not read this yet. So you're telling me we're going to get all these characters on screen. Who else we got? Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Miss Marvel. Tatiana Maslany will play the lead role in She-Hulk. They announced that. Mark Ruffalo's Bruce Banner is set to appear. So does that mean he's in the show? Are we going to get a lot of Hulk? I mean, he's obviously in the new Hulk form. Can't be cheap to be making that. I'm telling you right now, guys, we're all going to pay for this. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's really thought about it, but we don't just, I mean, this is nice that it's happening, but those Disney Plus prices are about to go up. Just prepare yourselves. If you wanted to ask my opinion, I mean, I'm going to have to pay it. Doing this show and reading these names, what do you think? I'm going to watch it. Please don't charge us too much, Disney Plus. We know, but I'm saying it's coming. Prepare yourselves. We also have Miss Marvel. I just don't know a lot about Miss Marvel, to be honest, but I'm excited for the show. And it looks like one of the characters from Miss Marvel will appear in Captain Marvel too. So they're already just kind of setting up the MCU. It's going to be a bounce around. Okay, here's what I'm very excited for, but it's not until next year. So especially with the holidays around right now, yeah, this could definitely mislead you. Next year, 2022, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. I love that they're bringing back holiday specials. This is so fun. We do specials on this show. We have the Batman Returns Christmas special next week. Prepare yourselves for that. This gets me excited because, I mean, I don't know if any of you know about this. Deep Star Wars fans will. There was a Star Wars Christmas special once where, like, Chewbacca and his family, like, entertained miscellaneous Star Wars guests, like, throughout a day, and they live, like, on the Wookiee planet. And I mean, it gets a lot of flack, obviously, because it's like corny and cheesy, and it's like you could argue it's just, trying to make another buck. Maybe that one it was, but they can be fun. Like they can be such a fun thing to like celebrate with your favorite show, during a one-time special. Like people used to do this on TV all the time. So I'm excited for that. I mean, it's directed by James Gunn. It's not like they even brought in some side director to come and do this thing. Like James Gunn's going to come in to do it. The special film will, alongside the upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, directed by Gunn, obviously, that's set for 2023. All right, so we're starting to get a timeline in our heads here. Sounds like Disney and folks at Marvel Studios have had the last, year to figure out. Well, what I mean is they're probably planned how they're going to organize and make all this happen in 2021, whether it's with safe restrictions, shooting with like limited crews and having less people. It sounds like to me they've been waiting on this big announcement for their investors meeting, which again, it's an investors meeting. You got to prove what you're doing, right? And I'm just saying there's a lot to get done here. So good luck. And there's also an I Am Groot series starring Groot. That's all it says. Doesn't say when, doesn't say who. Is that going to be Vin Diesel? It's got to be. All right, let's talk about movies. Just check real quick. All right, you're still seeing that. All right, yeah, looking good. Okay. Movies. Feige confirmed that Black Panther 2 will not recast the late Chadwick Boseman's King T'Challa. I'm gonna clap for that myself, because that was I don't even know how that was like even on the table. Like, you can't recast the character, and it just would have been way too weird. But the film is still set to come out in July 2022, so it's exciting. Someone's gonna have to fill the mantle though, and Black Panther is gonna continue in the MCU. I don't think there's any question of that. I've heard rumors of it being, what's her name, Shuri, his sister. I think it'd be cool to like do some kind of multiverse, like Killmonger, that is like maybe a different kind, wasn't like such a murderer, maybe just comes and there's a crossover. I don't know. Again, get Michael B. Jordan back in there. I thought he was fantastic in the film. We actually just did a Black Panther episode on our spinoff, Mostly Superheroes, the music show. That is streaming now on Spotify exclusively, because it actually pulls in the music from the movie. We did the top 7 songs as per a list, an article that I read from thedailyorange.com. So yeah, go check over if you're a Black Panther fan. We got some very fresh content there. I just recorded that a couple days ago. Third Ant-Man film, Ant-Man film, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Wow, what a title. Quantumania. So like Quantum Realm. It's going to be obviously the highlight. They've been building up this quantum realm. It played a huge role in the time travel factor in Avengers Endgame. It sounds like it's going to play the whole role of the movie in the third, and I am very excited. That's Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly from Lost, of course. We're rewatching Lost currently. It's my 8th time on that series. I don't watch all my shows that often, but Lost is one of those. Michael Douglas, Michelle Pfeiffer. She's in Batman Returns. See all the crossover here? Quantumania will also introduce Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors is from Lovecraft Country, right? As Kang the Conqueror, one of Marvel's biggest villains. Man, get ready. Get ready for that. Okay. Paul Rudd fighting against Jonathan Majors. That's going to be sick. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. I've already been pumping it up a lot, but will tie into both the upcoming WandaVision and Sony and Marvel's third Spider-Man movie. The studio also confirmed that Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange will be appearing in the still unnamed Spider-Man sequel. Just gonna give a clap. These are some rumors we've heard. We've seen a lot of this came from comic book. We've seen Benedict Cumberbatch. He's out, on the set of where they're filming Spider-Man 3, which I think is in Atlanta. So nice to have some of these confirmations. And then when I saw this logo yesterday, I'm not going to click this, but Fantastic Four. So I think they're going to try again to give us a good Fantastic Four movie. Will they do it? I would say if anyone can, it's this team, but I just don't even really remember who was involved with the first couple. I think Kevin Feige, definitely Stan Lee was on the Chris Evans, Jessica Alba ones, but I didn't run the last one. We'll see. So that is our update on the MCU. All good stuff, folks. Get excited. Phase 4's coming. This podcast has never been more primed and ready for some fresh new MCU content. We've been stretching out, rewatching stuff, rehashing. We've talked about WandaVision for 6 months. Black Widow. It's not even on this list. I heard that they're maybe going to release that in theaters in May. I saw something. I think that was an article I was looking at today. Don't quote me on that. It's not even on this list. Like, when are we going to get this damn movie that you made years ago at this point? Not to gripe. Very excited. Phase 4 is coming, folks. Okay, quickly through Star Wars, because I'm not nearly as ingrained in this content. I love Star Wars. I love the original films. Yes, I grew up with the prequels, so I've seen them multiple times. The new movies, I felt great. I had a great time. I think there was a lot of fan service there, trying to help a lot of people at one time feel, that's challenging. I think it got a little crazy. I think it got kind of wild in the last 10 minutes of the last Star Wars film. I'll just say that. But I love it. I'll tell you right now, we love The Mandalorian. Yeah, Mandalorian. We talk about it every week. I have not watched the new episode today, and I did that on purpose. I almost was like, oh, watch it real quick, and then hop on. But I was like, it's just now Friday, so I don't want to get spoilers. Sorry. Hello. Oh, lost a little audio there. I think I bumped something. So yeah, we do watch The Mandalorian on this show. We talk about it every week, and we will talk about the latest episode that's dropped today, next week. So watch for that. But in Star Wars news, what is the most exciting thing is they're opening up this Mandalorian universe, and it's the Star Wars universe, yes, but like Mandalorian takes place 5 years after the Empire fell, and now we know Obi-Wan Kenobi is confirmed. This is so exciting. Star Wars fans around the world should be super pumped. Ewan McGregor is confirmed to be back. I don't know how much they say in this article because I think this is from just this is from yesterday maybe. But I know that I saw this morning Hayden Christensen was going to be coming back as Darth Vader. And it's like, okay, well, that's exciting. But let's just go through the titles that Disney announced for their Star Wars universe. So first of all, 2 new Star Wars shows. Spinoffs of The Mandalorian, Rangers of the New Republic, and Ahsoka. The 3 shows are planned to feature crossovers in the future. So they're just telling you right out the gate, this is going to be a crossover show. I don't really know much about Rangers of the New Republic. You can the title kind of explains, I think, what the show would be about. Ahsoka, that's the Jedi that was from the episode The Jedi 2 episodes ago now for The Mandalorian. And she was great. I know she's a big character in the Clone Wars. Not going to lie. I'm just going to say it now. It looks like we're going to watch the Clone Wars because, I mean, there's so many references to what's happening in the Clone Wars, like now in The Mandalorian, that, like, I'm feeling out of the know. And, like, that's just not possible with me. If I'm feeling out of the know, I'm like, no. What do I need to watch this? I'll watch it. So more coming on the Clone Wars. Star Wars, The Bad Batch, an animated series about the Bad Batch of clones from the Clone Wars. That sounds great. It's animated. Star Wars Andor, starring Rogue One's Diego Luna, is coming to Disney Plus. All right. I mean, I'm sure it'll be good. But Rogue One, like, do we need more of the plan? Are these the plans to get the plans? You know? The Alkalite, a new Star Wars series helmed by Russian doll creator Leslie Headland, set in the High Republic era of the franchise. Are we talking? So we're talking like prequel days. Is that right? High Republic. Talking about like when like that all existed still. Oh yeah, it is in here. Hayden Christensen returning as Darth Vader in Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh my gosh! I mean, they actually say what show he's going to be in. I mean, you would assume that's the show, but like, let's be honest. I didn't think that Obi-Wan Kenobi had seen Anakin Skywalker since Return of the Jedi. What's the third? The episode 3. But you know what I'm talking about. I have the high ground. It's like, you were my brother. Like, I thought that was the last time they saw each other. So like, what are you gonna do here? I'm excited though. It'll probably be a lot of like this happening over here, classic Star Wars. So this happening over here, any storytelling really, and then like jump over to Darth Vader's ship and like that's what's happening over there. Probably a lot of that. I don't know if that'd be cool if they talked. Get those two together again, or I guess like it's like pre-days. I don't know. I just don't know. A Droid Story, a new project for Disney Plus, will feature a new hero alongside R2-D2 and C-3PO. Fantastic. I mean, it'll be good. I think that's like something they should definitely do if they're expanding the universe. Droids are at the foundation of Star Wars. Definitely one of the pillars they stand on. Like late and great Carrie Fisher said, as Princess Leia, actually as General Leia, she said, never underestimate a droid. So I won't. Star Wars Lando, new event series coming to Disney Plus. This is great. I'm so excited. I want to watch it. I think that'll be a great, fun show. And then Star Wars Visions is an upcoming anime anthology series coming to Disney Plus. All right, so those are the TV shows. So let's talk about the movies. All right, so I'll give it up for the TV. Okay, so Star Wars movies. Star Wars Rogue Squadron. All right, that's the title. That's the picture we're getting. Is that it? Oh, that's it. Okay, that's the movie. Oh, there's an untitled Taika Waititi Star Wars movie though, coming in May, or going first announced in May. And this Rogue Squadron is due in 2023. I just don't know anything about him. Patty Jenkins is going to be directing it. It's the same Patty Jenkins is from Wonder Woman 1984. Would love to tell you how that movie is. You can read more about the new projects in a blog on Disney Star Wars website, so check that out. Okay, so that's there's a lot of Disney and animation stuff. Again, we were focusing exclusively on MCU and Star Wars. I'll tell you right now. Just go back to the top here. I'll tell you right now. This is bad news for all the other streaming services. I mean, Disney just unleashed MCU and Star Wars titles all in the same day. Like, this is crazy. So yeah, I'm sure they're worried. All that means for us, though, is really great content, more to watch, and all that fun stuff. Big thanks to The Verge again for that article. We appreciate it. And with that, let's just go ahead and move on through to our next sections.
The meat.
So I didn't pull up an image for this, but I am just going to Google it just to get a picture for you. We're just going to talk very quickly about the meat this week. If you're joining us for the very first time and you're like, what the hell is the meat? The meat is, it's the chunk. I mean, it's the sizzle. It's what you want, you know, and it's like, it comes right at the right time. For us, that's like toward the end. We save kind of like the best for last. But for the meat today, this is from IMDb, The Christmas Chronicles. All right. It's Christmas time. I just want to talk about a Christmas movie. It is December, what did we say? December 11th. Definitely not going to spend a lot of time here. Christmas movies are kind of, cookie cutter. See what I did? Like Christmas cookies. That's kind of what I was saying there. It's a great movie. It's starring Kurt Russell as Santa Claus. I've been seeing the promotions for Christmas Chronicles 2. I'm sure that you have as well on your Netflix. It's like the one that keeps coming to the top, right? Like you're watching a thing, then you stop. You're like doing whatever in the kitchen, and you hear that's the one they're featuring. So to me, that means it's probably in the top 10. You go and check. It's definitely up there. Like people are watching the Christmas Chronicles 2 like crazy. I love Kurt Russell. He's fantastic in the Fast and Furious movies. We talk all about those films. We have a whole episode where we talked about every single movie in order, the story. Go check that out. And he kills it in this too. So I told Carrie, I said, let's watch Christmas Chronicles 1 so that we can watch Christmas Chronicles 2. It was good. I'm just going to give it a quick rating. It was a classic Christmas story. Kids, one believes in Santa, one doesn't. You got to get on. All right. Well, they're both going on a mission with Santa. There's a fun scene with Kurt Russell playing in a jailhouse with a bunch of, I guess regular, people in the jail. And he like hands out instruments. He assigns instruments, and then he sings like this crazy ballad in jail while everyone plays music for him. It's fun. The sled looks great. The reindeer look great. Pretty good quality. Probably like, you probably think of Tim Allen's Santa Claus, which I heard he's coming back to do that again. No, that's not the news, right? It's Chris Evans is gonna be doing this, or there's some news about Tim Allen's Santa Claus right now. But anyway, the reindeer, I think these reindeer are better than those. They look pretty real. The flying, you can only make that look so real, but it's pretty good. The elves were creepy. I did not like the elves. I hope there's less elves in Christmas Chronicles 2, because they're just like little cats almost. They're like, we have cats. I love cats. But like they're just like cats that fit, unless like imagine if your cat could like walk on two legs and like eat candy canes like weirdly. That's what I felt like. But for a Christmas movie, I think I'll definitely watch this again. I'm going to give it a 3.5 as a Christmas film. Special category, folks. Special category. So grain of salt. Oh, you probably couldn't even see the pictures there anyway. Coming up on the show as we wrap up today. What are we doing? Oh, yeah, cool, perfect. I think we're going to be under that hour, which is awesome. I think that's like the cut off for Instagram. I didn't want to have to deal with doing like the stop streaming, restreaming. It's kind of a pain. I don't think I was showing you the actual the image from Christmas Chronicles, but you can picture Kurt Russell as Santa. Coming up on the show, couple big things. We have this Jurassic Park live watch party. That's right. We're going to watch the movie live. Now, how does this work? I can't show you the movie. That's just not possible. You're going to have to watch it on your end, but we are going to have a scheduled event. It'll probably be on Twitch, it's looking like, but just follow us on our social. I'll give you those at the end, but we're everywhere. You know, if you got to run, we're everywhere. Watch our social. We'll release a poster and let you know when this is going to be, but we're going to watch this live. It won our contest at the VHS Watch Party Contest. We gave away $25 in food delivery. We'll be doing more events like this in the future, and we are excited to watch this one with you coming up real soon. The Batman Returns Christmas Special. Yep. We've been talking about it for months. We knew, I think, right when we started the show, PC Mike and the Giggler are going to be here. If you're not familiar, those are two of our regulars on the show. And we're going to have some Christmas decor on. It's going to be fitting for Christmas time and the movie. We're going to be doing some movie tidbits, fun things about the film. Maybe I might have it set up to where we can at least watch a couple clips from the movie, like during the show, so we can all react to it, talk about the film, our favorite stuff. We absolutely want to feature your feedback on the film. What are your favorite parts? What do you like this movie? Do you even consider it to be a Christmas movie? Because I'll tell you this, I'm very active on our social. Facebook groups are great. You know, I don't know if you're part of those, but they're great for reaching people that love Batman, stuff like that. Well, I dropped our announcement into the Hallmark channel, like their biggest group, and like people were not happy. It was people were upset. I had like people yelling. One man really was like, "Get this S word out of here." We do cuss on this show, but being Instagram live, I don't know who's watching. I guess I'm being more mindful. I have no idea. But I'll tell you right now, we think it's a Christmas movie. What do you think? Let us know at mostlysuperheroes.com. And get ready for the Batman Returns Christmas special. That'll be dropping everywhere next week. When I say everywhere, what does that mean? Oh, and thanks to Wikipedia for that image. All right, so everywhere. So this is what I'm going to leave you with. Thank you, first of all, for joining us today. Give yourself a round of applause. Did we get any callers? Let me see. Sorry, that's like a weird passcode. All right, no one called, but we'll do it. We're going to keep this going. This is our first time live on here. And again, that's 754 call log. Put it in your phone. Save it as Mostly Superheroes. 754 call log. And like I was saying, where can you find us? Well, we have a weekly podcast. So this show right now is our podcast. It'll be released as a podcast everywhere you get them. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pandora, iHeartRadio. We also have a spinoff show. I've already mentioned it once. Didn't bring up an image, but Mostly Superheroes, the music show. It's a show where I take you through the music behind the movies. And thanks to the new partnership between Spotify and Anchor, I can actually play the music for you. So music lovers, movie lovers, go search the music show in your Spotify app. It's completely free. Even if you don't have a Spotify premium account, you get 30 seconds of the song. So you can still have a very rich experience. Learn about the film. Our latest one is about Black Panther. We do have continuous content on our social channels. We'll let you know what's happening on all of them. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. I didn't put it on here, but we're also on Tumblr. If you're still doing Tumblr, go ahead. And then for video content, we do release our main episodes on YouTube, and we do go live on Twitch. We've been live on Twitch 2 times now. One official time, we did episode 21 on there. We like to bounce around, try to give something for all of our audience, and we're happening all the time again. I'm Logan. This has been Mostly Superheroes. I hope you come back and see us. Subscribe in your podcast app, YouTube. Give us a follow, give us a like, and come back and see us because we're always around. Thanks, and have a fantastic weekend.